What is up, guys, and welcome to today's prediction video. Finally, the international break is over. I think it was Euro 2024 qualifiers or something like that. It was just 2 weeks, but it felt like an eternity for those of us who are major club football fans. And what better way to kick off us getting back to club football season than with the clash in the Bundesliga taking place on the 15th of September between FC Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen at the Allianz Arena. The last meeting between these two sides was in March of 2023 last season, where Leverkusen as the home side won 2-1 against Bavarian giants Bayern Munich. Bayern were ahead in the 22nd minute courtesy of a Joshua Kimmich strike. It is, wow, so much power in it. Goalkeeper gets kind of an ankle to it, but it's just not enough to keep it through. I think Kimmich does really well considering the amount of bodies in front of him there. But 1-0 to Bayern. And then Bayern had it in their hands, and then in the second half they just let it go. And I don't think it was just Bayern's arrogance and carelessness that played against them, but it was also a dogged and determined performance from Leverkusen. In the 55th minute, Bayer Leverkusen are awarded a penalty. It looks like Benjamin Pavard just steps on an opposition player's ankle and the player goes down. Palacios stepping up, taking it from the spot, making no mistake. The match is now 1-1. And then in the 73rd minute, Bayern giving away another penalty. Their friends must have been infuriated. A sliding challenge in the box, which is, if you ask me, kind of unnecessary at that point. But again, Palacios steps up and makes no mistake from the spot again, getting his brace, and now it's 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen, and they just see the match out. We start off our team analysis portion of the video with FC Bayern Munich, and I'd like to start this bit off with Englishman Harry Kane. Harry Kane coming into Bayern was a bit of a weird transfer. Not many people understood what was going on there, but it makes perfect sense if you think about it. Bayern needed an out-and-out number 9 following the departure of Robert Lewandowski to Barcelona, and Harry Kane was the perfect choice. Kane can score, Kane can create. He's kind of like Robert Lewandowski with a bit of Thomas Müller thrown in there just for extra garnish. Kane can create as well. He's already got 3 goals and an assist for the Bavarians. He started the ground running. It's that simple, and he just has not looked back. I think Harry Kane has finally gotten fed up of the mentality at Tottenham Hotspur, and he wanted to go to a club where he could win some trophies, and Bayern is the perfect one. Next up, I'd like to talk about Joshua Kimmich. Now, if Harry Kane is firing on all cylinders, getting goals, Kimmich already has 2 assists, and knowing that he's scored in this fixture before, because Kimmich plays in a kind of deeper role, it gives him the license to come in late for these balls played in from the wing for Bayern. And this is how Kimmich gets most of his goals, and he just functions so well in this role. I think he's definitely somebody we gotta watch. And finally, I want to talk about Alphonso Davies. If Harry Kane is getting all of the goals and Kimmich is sort of the distraction within deep, Alphonso Davies is the creative force out wide on the left. Already getting 3 assists, it's just looking so good for Bayern. All of these players are contributing in some way, shape or form. Bayern are just looking like such a lethal team this season. There was that slight, bump in the road in the DFB, I think it's the Super Cup, against Red Bull Leipzig, where Bayern kind of just looked really bad. But I think that was, slightly before Harry Kane found his feet with them. He came on as a sub in that match, but he wasn't settled yet, and I think now he's settled, and Bayern looks settled in the Bundesliga. I mean, it's 9 points from 9. What more could you ask for? If we talk about 9 points from 9 for Bayern Munich, we gotta talk about 9 points from 9 for Bayer Leverkusen. Bayern are second in the Bundesliga, with Leverkusen leading the way, simply because I think it's goal difference that's keeping them up. And the outlet for those goals is Victor Boniface. 4 goals, 2 assists. You gotta look at him and just think like, wow, he's really just perfect form, exactly what Leverkusen need right now. And if you're gonna be looking at Boniface for the output, You gotta look at Frimpong for the input. He's got a single goal and 3 assists in that. He's this creative force for Bayer Leverkusen out wide. He's so quick, he's so lethal, and he's so young. That's the thing about Frimpong, is he's just gonna get better with age. And then finally you gotta talk about Granit Xhaka. Now, Leverkusen have output up front. They've got a creative player out wide. Just like Bayern Munich have Joshua Kimmich, Leverkusen have Granit Xhaka now. He is so solid in the middle, but I think it's his leadership qualities that will be most needed in this Leverkusen squad. Granit Xhaka is the kind of player who will rouse you if you're a goal or two down. But he's also the kind of player who will get you over the finish line in those dying minutes in an incredibly intense affair if you are leading by just a single goal or two. Very important player for Bayer Leverkusen. A very, very good pickup for them. Okay, on to the S3M2 Verdict. Now, you've got to remember the last 5 matches between these two sides have resulted in 3 wins for Bayern Munich, a single win for Leverkusen, which was that match we spoke about earlier, and then a single draw between the two sides. Usually when Bayern win this one, they score quite a few goals. They do not mess around. But I'm thinking that this one seems like it might be slightly tighter than what we're expecting. I expect both sides to score, simply because despite everything, Bayern are still looking a little weird at the back. They're not looking too certain about things. But Leverkusen are also looking very strong going forward. But then the same could be said about Bayern. They're looking exceptionally strong going forward. But I think this fixture just does kind of favor Bayern just a little bit more. The fixture being played at the Allianz Arena means Bayern Munich already have home ground advantage. I think with Harry Kane just in such a purple patch right now, hitting form exactly when Bayern need him to hit form just before the Champions League fixtures kick off as well. I think Bayern just have a little bit too much for Leverkusen going forward. But I think, knowing that this is a fixture between first and second makes it so much more intense. Both teams are going to want to win it. So expect both teams to also leave gaps at the back. And then expect both teams to just take advantage of it. But again, I just expect Bayern to be just a little bit better at taking advantage of those gaps left in the back of the Leverkusen defense. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button, so you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much, it really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and have a great day out there, and we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks, stay safe.